guys, it's Haley and welcome back to the books. We're trying something new here with the intro, okay? Just tell me if you like it. I don't know. I'm getting tired of saying bookish video. Is it horrible? Anyway, today we're going to be getting into a 24-hour readathon vlog. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of nervous. Come along with me on this journey. If you are unfamiliar with what a 24-hour readathon is, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to be reading for 24 hours. It's a readathon, okay? I'm gonna be just reading for 24 hours straight, seeing how many books I can read, how many pages I can read, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm thinking about them. That's the concept. I host two 24-hour readathons a year over on my Patreon page, which is always linked down below. This 24-hour readathon has a theme, and it is called A Few of Our Favorite Things. So there are 5 prompts that I'm gonna be trying to fulfill and that all of us are going to be trying to fulfill in the next 24 hours. I want to read a book from my favorite genre, my favorite trope, my favorite setting, my favorite cover, and what was the last one? Oh, my favorite format. So here is my TBR. Just starting out, this is my very perspective, very like maybe TBR for this 24 hours. I have Pond by Claire Louise Bennett. I have The Dare by Natasha Preston, and I have Block Party by Jamie Day. 2 thrillers and a little like contemporary literary fiction moment to break things up. I also have some manga over there. I have some new books on my Kindle that I would like to read. I have a couple audio holds that I just got in from my library. So we have options. You know, I'm always very ambitious in 24-hour readathons and I never end up reading that much. So we'll see how much I end up reading, but that is my perspective TBR. Obviously Pond is going for the cover prompt because this cover is Gorgina. I have The Dare for my favorite genre because obviously thrillers are my favorite. And then the Block Party fits the bill for everything else. I have this on audio that I'll be reading along with the physical, which is my favorite format. My favorite setting is a suburban setting and my favorite trope is a rich people drama, which is in here. So I have about 30 minutes. I'm starting at exactly 7 o'clock. 30 minutes until my 24-hour timer is going to begin. I'm literally going to start a 24-hour timer and hit start on it as soon as it turns to 7 o'clock. And I'm going to be live for, I told my patrons, as long as possible. So as long as I'm awake and reading, I will probably be live on the internet. Yeah. But before I go live, I need to go get some provisions. I literally have 30 minutes to go, so this is gonna be a Target speed run. I cannot get caught up. I cannot be buying clothes. Y'all don't let me do it. I'm just gonna go get some provisions. Little snackies, some caffeine, maybe a last minute book addition to my TBR. I don't know. But come with me as we speed run Target. That was a freaking buzzer beater, but we made it back. We got snacks, we got energy drinks, we got caffeine, and I did end up picking up another book because it sounds so good and I love the cover. It's giving like summer. And I know I don't want to be trapped in the house for this full 24 hours, so I was looking for something I could read by the pool. Before We Were Innocent by Ella Berman. Little summer thriller about girls with secrets. I'm so ready for it. But I think I'm gonna start with The Dare. You know, a good Natasha Preston book. What could go wrong? Famously, I don't love her books, but this one's about a senior class at a high school who their like senior prank is to do these increasingly difficult, weird, possibly deadly dares. So we'll see where she goes with it. It's a thriller, and it'll be fun to read on live. I always love reading Natasha Preston on live with my patrons because it's funny. I love to drag her. Thanks, Natasha, for letting me keep on doing this. Like, I've been waiting for a cease and desist and it just hasn't arrived. So good for her. starting with this, setting my timer. I'm literally starting a timer for 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. Here we go. Hello vlog, we are sprinting. We are 2 hours into the readathon, actually less than 2 hours in, and I'm already a quarter of the way through my first book, The Dare. I'm 85 pages in. It's a very, very quick read, but surprisingly, the writing is not seamless. Usually that's one thing that I like about Natasha Preston's books. Even if they're like really simple, straightforward, and the plot is super irritating, they're usually easy to read. And while this does read fast, it's definitely not easy. Like, I'm having to reread sentences a lot. It just feels really stilted. Doesn't have great flow. So even though it's fast paced and like very straightforward, it feels almost like AI or something. Like, it's just written very odd. Like, I received a screenshot of my friend's Insta page. Like, why wouldn't you just say my best friend sent me a screenshot of his Instagram? Like, it's just weird, you know? Like, the word choice is very odd. And as far as the plot goes, it is kind of interesting. Like, it's very low stakes, just like senior pranks, but things are escalating. We have had our first death, so I'm excited to see where things go, but there's really no mystery. It's just kind of like watching as the plot unfolds. It's more thriller than mystery for sure. Our main characters are supposed to be seniors in high school, and they definitely read like middle schoolers, so that's annoying. But Natasha Preston's characters are always super fucking annoying, so that is not a big surprise. Why do I keep reading these books? I literally don't know. They are so YA. I just keep reading, waiting for anything to live up to The Cellar, because I honestly did love The Cellar by Natasha Preston. And I love The Haunting that I read last year. I thought that one was actually really good. But this one, a miss. But it's reading really fast, so I feel like I'm going to complete my first book of the readathon really fast. I'm also drinking my cute little girly pop Celsius, the like peach mango green tea or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of on one. I never have caffeine, so it affects me really fast. I literally feel crazy. I'm awake! I'm very awake, but I'm like very jittery and off my ass, and like people are making fun of me in the chat in a fun way. First update of the 24-hour readathon. It's going well. Okay, I will continue to read. See ya. Okay, I haven't read that many more pages. I'm on page 112. But like, what? One of my major complaints about Natasha Preston is a lot of the action takes place off page, and it'll just be like something wild happens and the next chapter will be like, okay, anyway, the next day in school. And I'm like, wait, why didn't we see like the good stuff? And surprisingly, that's not happening in this book. Like, there's a pretty intense couple scenes that we've had, especially for a YA book. Like, the detail, it's very straightforward. It's not like written out explained detail, but it's more than we usually get. Okay, I'll take it. Hello vlog. I am halfway through, actually a little over halfway through, and oh my god, this book is kind of fucked up. Like, whoa, okay. It's sad. I am fearful. I'm like actually feeling things about this book. Like, I think this is fucked, and I'm like really, really sad about it. And Natasha Preston books usually do not inspire this much emotion from me unless I'm just straight up angry at being left on a cliffhanger. I swear to God, if she does this to me, I'm literally gonna rip this book in half with my mind. I'm not even gonna have to tear it, okay? I'm gonna be able to just do it with my fucking mind, like telekinesis, like fucking Carrie White, like fucking Matilda. Like, I will go off because I need some type of resolution because my heart is low-key breaking. The kids in this book have gotten themselves into something, which obviously I'm not going to reveal, but it is horrifying. Like, it is actually genuinely horrifying. And this is YA. Like, the writing is not good, but it's going fast and I'm like feeling emotions about it. So there's that. We have a little over 21 hours left. I feel like I'm making good progress just in the first 3 hours here. I'm halfway through my first book. I'm also having my first snack of the readathon. Reese's pumpkins are elite. I think the pumpkins are even better than the trees and the eggs. It's the perfect ratio. Like, look at that. I love it here. Okay, gotta read. Bye. Hello vloggy. We have 20 hours left. We're 4 hours in. I am 75% of the way through the dare. I'm a little hopped up on caffeine from my Celsius. I did not realize there were 200 milligrams of caffeine in that bitch. I'm not kidding when I'm telling you a tall drink from Starbucks. Not that I'm drinking Starbucks because we're boycotting because free Palestine. But just for reference, a tall makes me jittery and losing my mind. So imagine how I am off 200, okay? I'm going crazy. So I'm very distracted reading this right now and it's kind of fun. Turned it into a little game where anytime like a YA-ism came up, I would just like score a point in my head. I don't know what the points are for. They're so arbitrary. I could be taking shots or doing something for it, but I don't want to drink because I don't want to fall asleep because I'm an old lady now and every time I drink, I apparently fall asleep. But yeah, there have been a lot of I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding, Riverdale references. There was a reference to wish.com. Just like weird cultural references that are going to be so out of touch in 5 years. The emotional intensity is still there, but it's kind of hard to like really take it seriously being removed from the action and just being put in this very like Riverdale-esque kind of story. Also, one of the main characters is named Rhett, and all I can picture is Rhett from Good Mythical Morning. So it's like, obviously these kids are in high school, but I'm just picturing Rhett McLaughlin. Sorry. Yeah. With this big beard, like. So that's about how this is going. Honestly, I'm not hating my reading experience of it. Is it a great book? No, it's like not as well written as a lot of her other books. Even though I'm liking the plot more and I definitely feel emotionally invested more than her other books, it's not well written. But I'm having a good time. So I'm gonna rock with it, finish this girl up, and I guess I'll give you my final thoughts. Literally making flies. It's literally flies at midnight time. Literally making so many flies right now. Y'all don't even know how many flies I'm about to eat. I'm about to eat so many flies. It's gonna be so real. I'm serving the Adam Sandler fit. Don't mind the drip. Midnight fries. Absolutely smacked. Trisha Paytas, thanks for the RB fry recommendation. I was telling my patrons, never been doing Arby's. I've never been to Uvu Java. I've never stepped foot in the place, but I've heard about the curly fries from Trisha Paytas herself. And I can confirm the fries do slap because just out of my air fryer, they were good. So I can't imagine having them hot out the fryer at the store. Everybody in my chat on live was also dogging on Arby's, so I guess it sucks. Cannot confirm or deny, I've never been. Anyway, y'all don't want to hear about Arby's. What's going on? Y'all want to hear about Natasha. Natasha's been listening, I fear. She's been awakened. Thank God she didn't hit me with a cliffhanger. Can you believe it? Can y'all even believe it? She didn't hit me with a cliffhanger. She did it. She gave us a resolution. It's what I've been begging for. It was an enjoyable thriller. The first third literally felt like it was written by AI. But once I got into it and I got emotionally attached and I realized the intensity of the things that were going to be going on, and I really liked it. If it wasn't for the writing stuff in the beginning, this would get a solid 4-star from me. It's a 3.5. Next up, I don't know what I want to start. I have The Block Party on my list by Jamie Day, but I don't know if I want another thriller. I think I might want to break up the genre since I am like binging a bunch of books back to back. I have Pond, but we're also talking about all buddy reading Big Swiss with the Patreon girlies because there's a lot of controversy about it. Some people love it and give it 5 stars, but there's also like weird problematic undertones. I would like to be the judge of the therapy rep myself and kind of like read the tone of like all these problematic things because it is satire, you know? So if you pull a direct quote, sometimes it's like, okay, but like, is this coming from a character who's meant to be a piece of shit? You know what I mean? To me though, I don't think casual racism needs to be included in a book to portray a character as a piece of shit. That's just me. But yeah, I'm very interested in like what my take will be on Big Swiss. I don't know if I want to save that book for tomorrow though, when I'm like sharp and on my game, because it is 1 in the morning. Update, I do in fact have the audio for Pond, so I'm going to be starting this. It's a literary fiction, very character driven, plotless book about a woman in her mid-20s who's just like figuring things out. She's described as misanthropic and keenly observant, and she is chronicling her life on the outskirts of a small coastal village. I am excited to see what all this is. I want to know the vibes, and yeah, I'll start it and let you know. Hey vlog, sorry if this angle is literally horrid. You are stacked on 3 squishmallows and that's just the way it's gonna be because it's 2 in the morning. All right, I'm not gonna do any more than this. This is really what you're gonna get, love, so I'm sorry about it. I am a little over a quarter of the way through Pond. This one's unique, y'all. This one's interesting. She's doing the no quotation marks thing, okay, a la Sally Rooney. It's trying to be something, okay? It's trying to be that girl, okay? And I kind of like it. Okay, I kind of like some pretentious bullshit sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. I love the juxtaposition of the mundanity of life, you know? Like, she's just talking about things, peculiar things, poignant things, everyday things that everyone can relate to, or many people could relate to, I can relate to. And she doesn't have to say what they mean. She just kind of like states them, and the reader draws their own conclusion. And I really like that. I like the juxtaposition of like this everyday stuff and these like very profound meanings. And it's just like you get what she's musing on, but there's no storyline, there's no through line. We don't know our character's name. We don't know much about her at all. It's interesting because it's not plot driven and it's not character driven. It is like scenery and environmentally driven, which I don't think I've really read a book like that before. It's like just straightforward enough for my tired brain to grasp and make something of. Each little vignette in here is a different length. Like there are some that are just 1 page, like one-off little vignettes about this character and like something she's doing. And then some of them are like 20 pages, and then I think some later on are a little bit longer, but I'm over 50 pages in and it's pretty good. It's definitely unique. It's definitely a try-hard kind of literary fiction type of girl, so if that's not your vibe, you might want to stay away. But for me, I'm liking it. 17 hours and 15 minutes left, so hopefully we'll read a few good many books. Is that a way to speak? I'm gonna have to get some sleep soon, but that's my update. Hello, vlog. It's 3:30 in the morning. It's 3:30 in the morning. Can you believe that? I've been staying up for real. I have made quite a lot of progress in Pond that I haven't told you about because I've just been on sprints. Honestly,
kind of forgot about my vlog for a little bit because my brain has been exiting the building. I need to go to sleep soon. I am about 70% of the way through Pond, and I like it. It's just like kind of giving background sometimes. Like, even though my full attention is on it, it's giving background noise. Does that make sense? Like, I'm literally following along with the audio with my eyeballs on the page, and still I'm like, da 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 da. I know you're probably thinking, oh, it's because it's 3 a.m, she's so tired, da da da. No, this is literally so straightforward. It's just nothing. And I know that that's the point, is like, it's so nothing that it's everything, because it like captures our daily life as humans. But I need a little bit more narrative than this. I don't think it's like badly written. I think it is well written and I get the point of it, but it doesn't mean that I think it's super worthwhile and I'm enjoying it. So I don't know, I'm just feeling like very meh about it. I gotta power through. Let's do it. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this was a painful finish. It took me so long. It's after 4 a.m. It's completely plotless, and yet I do not know our main character at all. And I love a plotless book. I love a book that's just vibes, but the vibes have to have like a clear structure to them, or like a driving force, or at least I'm like getting to know a character and they have a mission or an arc or something. And there was just nothing of the sort in here, and it made it really hard to stay invested. Like, if I was not reading this for a 24-hour readathon, this either would have taken me months to read, which for a 200-page book is insane, or I would have DNF'd it. I don't know. Like, it is well written, and that's the thing that like is hard, because I get the concept and I do think it's well written. I think I'm gonna give this 2 stars. Maybe for the weird literary fiction girls, you would like this, but for me, it was just a little dense. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that at that, but at least I have 3 out of my 5 prompts done for the readathon. I have format, cover, and genre done. So 2 books down, 3 prompts down. I will pick it up in the morning. I'm gonna get a little bit of sleep, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I will wake up for yoga in the morning. If I don't, that sucks. I'm trying not to miss any days of yoga class, so we'll see. And I will probably start in on another thriller. I think probably Block Party by Jamie Day. So hopefully when I see you next, I will tell you about Block Party. Hello vlog, it is the next morning. I got a little bit of sleep, woke up, went to yoga. Ever since, I've been listening to the audiobook for The Block Party. I'm about 20% through. Very standard suburban rich people drama thriller. We are following 2 block parties that happened a year apart, with all the people in this little cul-de-sac, most of which are family, because there's like a woman and her sister that live next door to each other, and both of their little family units have a lot of drama going on. There's also the new neighbors and all of that, so we're just like learning everybody's secrets, and it's so entertaining. I just eat this shit up. And we know that in the more recent timeline, like the present day, that someone is murdered at the block party. So we're trying to figure out who is killed, who killed them. Very straightforward mystery format with a lot of juicy, scandy drama. So you know I love it. And I'm gonna be reading this for a couple hours out by the pool before I have to hop on my live stream again to end out the readathon with my patrons. I just feel like I need a little bit of sun and outdoor exposure, because I've literally been in this room reading for so many hours. So let's go to the pool, get some more reading done, and then hop back on live.
Hello vlog, I am back from the pool, about to hop on my live, but I wanted to give you a quick update. I am 50% of the way through the block party, and this is exactly the suburban rich people drama that I needed, just flying through it. It's so scandalous, but it's so nothing at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, it's just lighthearted, easy to watch. It's like Real Housewives, basically. We have a housewife with an OnlyFans being exposed, okay? We have a Friendsgiving gathering where people are getting drunk and screaming across the table. Like, it's literally giving a reunion on Bravo where people are throwing things at each other. It's everything. And we are not just following the drama with the parents, there's also drama with the teen kids. And I love when that like intergenerational parallel happens in a little suburban mystery, because yes, it is like fun and lighthearted and stupid, but also that is so real. Like, the kids are little sponges and they're taking in everything their parents are doing. So it's just really interesting, really entertaining, and the perfect thing to pass the time for our 24-hour readathon. Speaking of time, let's do a time check. We have 6 hours, 75% of the way through. Oh my god, we're getting to the end. I need to finish this book because I really want to do 4. I am gonna finish my entire TBR, which is great, but I'm an overachiever. Like, I just want to read 4 books. I don't know why. 4 books in 24 hours just like sounds good to me. So I'll have to do some searching of my shelves after I finish up the block party. But for now, it's sprinting time. Hello vloggity vlog, I am ready for the day. Wearing the Pretty Girl Book Club merch because of course I am, because we're all reading together. And I have a reading update for you. I am 85% of the way through the block party. I'm listening along with the audio and I'm having a good ass time. It's not just drama now though. I feel compelled to share that I feel like this is a good book with like good messages for parents. You know how like sometimes there's those YA books that are like, it's just the drama at school, but then there's like hidden little good moral messages for the children. This is like that for middle-aged suburban moms, okay? I feel like the parents of my adolescents that I see in session, I would love the parents of my kids read this book and think like, oh, this is just gonna be a fun little time, and then get schooled on how to raise a child, because there are a lot of like real issues in here that I feel like parents don't know how to navigate. And honestly, the characters in the book are not navigating it well, but their like actions are described in a way that's like a very like gentle teaching moment where we have like empathy and understanding for the characters, and it's also like drama, and we just learned that there are maybe multiple people that have died. So now I have theories. So I'm gonna finish this up and we'll see what I think. Well y'all, I got. The killer and the victims eluded me completely. I really had a great time reading this book. It kept me awake and alive, even though I'm like very sleep deprived at this point. And I feel myself like getting into a rut where I've literally just been reading for the past 20 hours. And I could definitely stop, but this made me want to keep reading and figure out what happened. And I'm glad I read it because I loved it. It's a solid 4-star. I recommend it, especially if you like domestic thrillers, suburban thrillers, rich people drama with a little bit of a message at the end. Solid. To do a quick time check, we have a little less than 4 hours to go. I think I'm only going to be able to do a novella in this time, so I'm going to be looking on my shelves, seeing what I choose, and when I land on something, I will let y'all know. I've chosen my next read from the help of Aspen and the chat. We were in between What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher and I Can See Your Lies by Izzy Lee. Nobody knew anything about this one, so I decided to be the brave soul to give it a try. It has no description on the back other than blurbs from Josh Mallerman and Gabino Iglesias, so I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna trust it. I have no idea. It's a little horror novella. I literally have a signed copy that I got in this horror-only bookstore in LA because I was talking about my taste with the guy who owns the bookstore, and he was like, oh, if you like all of those books, you're gonna like this one. So we'll see if this man just read my taste on the site or if it's a flop. Hello vlog. I am a third of the way through I Can See Your Lies, and this is so interesting. This is about a woman who, her mother was an actress and she like went missing and disappeared, and so she's like vexed by this story. She wants to figure out what happened to her mother, but at the same time she doesn't want to become her mother. She's going through her mother's like diary entries trying to figure out what happened, and she's increasingly realizing that she's in the same situation that her mother was in with an abusive man. So she's trying to escape with her daughter. Very much like themes of intergenerational trauma coming up, attachment stuff. The cool element here, like where the horror is coming in, is her and her daughter both have this gift where when someone is lying, they see the sign of it on their face is like, the mother sees it as like black bubbles popping up on someone's face when they're lying, so she's able to tell. And her daughter recently confided in her that she sees like black mold growing on people's face when they're lying, and her daughter's also seeing this ghost called Mrs. Don't that's like really freaking her out. So there's a lot going on, like the mystery with the mom escaping the abusive husband and this like weird gift that they have. I don't really know where we're gonna go with this, but it was all set up really well. It's really easy to read, so we'll see. Hello vlog. It is a little bit later and I am 2/3 of the way through I Can See Your Lies. It's really interesting. It's really giving like Maxine. I know that it's horror, but it's also giving like that mysterious vibe, which if you've seen Maxine, then you'll know exactly what I mean. Like at its heart, it is a murder mystery, but there are these like little speculative horror elements that I love. So I'm so happy I took a chance on this one. Let's do a quick time check. We have an hour and 20 minutes left of the readathon, so I think this will be my last book and I'm definitely going to be able to finish it. Hello guys, we're in the final 16 minutes. I've just finished my last book that I wanted to read, I Can See Your Lies. I'm also gonna give this one 4 stars because it was so good. I loved the ending. It was horror, speculative, murder mystery without being too violent. You never know with indie horror, but this one was so great. I love the feminist themes, the intergenerational trauma, and I realized it was blurbed by a lot of people that I really like. Eric LaRocca, Gemma Amor, Laurel Hightower, like really great indie horror authors. So I'm excited for the next release from Izzy Lee. I think y'all should check it out. If you like something that's like Hollywood grit and Maxine-ish, you will really love this book. It was quick, it was easy, it was 4 stars. So to wrap it up, these are the 4 books that I was able to complete during my 24-hour readathon. We started with The Dare, which got a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then we had Pond, which was a little bit of a slip up with 2 stars. And then we ended off this morning and this afternoon with 2 more 4-star reads. Overall, not too bad for 24 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed spending these 24 hours with me. If you were able to participate over on Patreon, thank you so, so much. But even if you didn't, even if you just watched here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!